All right, very good. Now, I've got a getting old whinge. Matt's got a grocery whinge. I imagine, Wigo, you want to talk about how expensive fish is these days.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Do you have any whinges, Rich?
I'm going to whinge up, but I'll piggyback off Wiggins' rant about fish, about what I consider to be the best value takeaway.
Well, I don't know if he wanted to talk about that. I just said he probably would talk about it.
I know, but like an epic. I would definitely listen to it if it was called piggybacking off your fish.
I was, as I say, there were so many supplementary questions. I was intrigued.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We'll get a few things out of the way, then we'll get into that because that might just, who knows how long that'll go.
Buckland, I have to share with you something remarkable that I found as well.
Oh, yeah.
If we could do that first. It's very quick, but excellent.
Okay.
I've heard that before.
Oh, God, Wiggins, I hang out with year sevens. They say that all day. That's what she said. No, yeah, good one.
But it wasn't that. It was just the fact that we've said things are going to be quick before, and then at 10:30 we go, well, we haven't actually spoken about anything that we were talking
For once,
about.
I don't think he was doing it.
I've got a fish countdown timer that'll just alert us.
For once, I don't think he was doing an innuendo there.
I know. This is just what my days are.
Yes, it's February. February dad pants. Hello to you all out there. If you're in Australia, your pants are still short. Maybe overseas, you've got your long dad pants on. Doesn't matter the length of your dad pants as long as you're wearing them in true dad style. Stu here, and I'm with the pants panel again, that esteemed panel of dad experts, Ben, Matt, and Rich.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Can I share something with you about, feeling a bit old? And it's something I've come to realize. Look, up until the pandemic, I felt like a young person. I still felt quite young. I was energetic. I still think I looked relatively young, at least in my head. I don't know if other people think that, but most of the time, if I would meet someone new, they would kind of assume I was about 5 or 6 years younger than I was. But since the pandemic, I not only feel old now, but I think I look much older than the few years that have passed in between.
Right.
And I think I must look old to other people too, because the other day, coming out of the supermarket, I was carrying a few bags, walking down the ramp to the car park, and I had my earphones. I've got wired headphones from my phone into my ears, and I had them tucked into my shirt because I had to take them out to talk to the checkout person while I was getting my groceries put through, right? Anyway, I'm walking down the car and I hear a faint voice and I realize it's coming out of my headphones, and I was trying to figure out what I was hearing. So I think I might have bum dialed somebody.
Oh.
So I put my shopping down on the ground and put my earphones in, and I'm standing there trying to figure out what I'm hearing. And some dude comes up and goes, "Are you right? You okay with those bags, mate?" Pointing to my bags. And I said, yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Really confused. And he looked at me a bit doubtful and kept walking. And I realized to him that from his perspective, I was just standing there. Like, I was standing there trying to figure out what I was hearing on my headphones, but to him, I was just kind of standing there scowling at my shopping on the ground. And I think he thought I must have dropped it, and it was too heavy for me to pick up and keep carrying. So I was just kind of standing there frowning at it.
Just trying to work your shopping out.
Yeah, so if I hit that age where people ask me if I need help with my bags, well, how do you fucking like that?
Well, that is an old person thing to do, Stu, like frowning at your shopping.
I don't.
Well, you've jumped like a decade.
I thought you were confused. Maybe the fact you were wearing wired headphones was a bit of a giveaway. They were kind of assessed the situation and decided,
based on wired headphones, I did think, wow, okay.
This poor old bugger, look at him. He doesn't know what's going on.
Those wide headphones.
Did you pay by cash by any chance, Buck? Did you get your cash out?
Check.
Did you offer to pay by check?
Check, yeah.
Check, of course. You got to monitor that. Yeah, you got to balance a checkbook at the end of the month. And, yeah.
Roll up your coins.
Can we unpack that a little bit? Can we? Why the wired headphones, Buck?
Well, it's a combination of. Listen, there's a few things about the wireless headphones. Firstly, they're bloody expensive, mate. Secondly, like being a podcast nerd, I always prefer the more authentic wired experience, not as glitchy, right? And then also, thirdly, I see how much time my family spend walking around the house trying to work out where the fuck their earphones are, and I don't want any part of that. So
very defensive there, old fella. So kind of just
all very legitimate reasons.
Added more fuel to the fire. Just got yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, I don't feel good about myself. End result, I feel like an old coot if someone's asking me if they think I'm kind of sitting there getting angry at my shopping on the ground because it's too hard to carry. Then yeah, I'm officially old, and yeah, that's upsetting.
Just looking lost and confused in the supermarket. That's comes to us all.
I don't think I felt as old as I feel like Wiggins is based on a text message we got in our group chat, though, the other day. We go, you had a drama.
I did have a drama. It was food related. It was fish and chips related, actually. We went out for a lovely dinner, and I looked at the menu. And a plate of fish and chips was going to cost $32. Now, this stood out to me as being quite expensive, especially in a little pop-up. Those are a little pop-up restaurant, and I feel like they're really trying to pay for the remaining restaurant restoration through fish and chips.
Yeah, that's some overhead right there.
Thoughts?
Yeah, just to reiterate, so it's $32 for a single plate of fish and chips.
Correct.
So when you send that message, you were like $32 for fish and chips.
Well, and now I see the error of my ways. Not enough information.
I thought, what was he complaining about? That's family of 5, $32.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's great value.
Yeah. But no, one.
But not $160 for fish and chips for 5 people.
Good math.
When you put it like that, yeah. Hello.
That's quick.
Yeah, because he cares. That's the first time he's actually cared about maths.
Yeah, you're right.
Should have been practical questions about fish and chips all the way through high school. Smashed it.
I was talking about Mr. Matthews the other day. I know that is a reference that only 4 people will get.
Don't do it then.
And it's the 4 people that are on this podcast. But yeah, it was about him the other day, just about using relevant explanations in maths. Sorry. That's what the reference was. Yeah, so like $32 for a plate for one serving of fish and chips. So we left.
Was it flatty? What type of fish was it?
Mate, I didn't even ask, Ellis.
Oh, jeez.
It was
$32.
I didn't even ask. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Tasmanian bluefin salmon or something? What's going on?
And one of the other issues was that I was flabbergasted at this stage, but I couldn't actually tell anyone because it was so fucking loud in there, because they had all of the soundproofing had been removed. So it was completely polished concrete with really high ceilings, and it was absolutely chockers full of people. And I just basically picked up the menu, pointed at the fish and chips, and then went, I'm out. That was it. I just had to basically shrug my shoulders, point at the menu and leave. And everyone got the message, which was good.
I had a moment like that when we went up to Broken Hill recently, and $10 for garlic bread.
Oh,
you know, what do you expect for a $10 garlic bread?
Pretty much a metre long.
At least some kind of mini cob
Comes
loaf.
past on a train.
That's right.
garlic
you know.
baguette.
Yeah.
It's got someone kind of jumping out of it or something. That's fine. But this was like literally
Erica Eleniak.
Oh, Wiggins
There you go.
reference, and I'm fine with it.
That's the kind of reference we can enjoy, we go, rather than some bloke we know.
Yep.
How about these moves? But it was like literally 4 little scraps of a couple of day old sourdough.
Oh,
Like they weren't even like full pieces. They weren't full slices of bread. Like they were tiny little, and it was $10. And the rest of the meal was spectacular, like amazing meal. But I couldn't enjoy it because I was just so pissed off about the garlic
that's
bread.
disgusting.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that's a dad move, isn't
it
it?
really was. Like, I was just outraged. Like, why would you destroy such a great experience by overcharging for the garlic bread?
Well, obviously it's a marketing strategy going, oh, we're losing money here and there. We're going to get them with the garlic bread, though.
Oh, but like the rest of the meals, they weren't cheap. They were all good value for money. Like they were delicious. They were great. Like, you know, it just seemed to me it was just that a really obvious gouge, particularly on families. Like, you know, most grown-ups don't give a fuck about garlic bread. It's for the kids and whatever. And
Oh, don't tell my wife that.
everyone enjoys a bit of garlic bread. I'm not denying that, but you know, it's a family thing. So yeah, I can completely understand where you're
It's something you try and fill your kids up with so that there's more of the better stuff for yourself later on.
Oh,
That is
we're getting to the stage of adult meals for our kids, and that's come around far too quickly and far too annoyingly. Wiggins, do you want to? Would you like to care to elaborate?
Well, Ellis, yes. So I have a 14-year-old about to be 15-year-old son, and we've taken to just ordering 2 child meals for him, which is still cheaper, and he ends up with more food.
See, that's a good. move.
See,
I like that.
it's rare, but we've got some dad advice. Got some parenting advice.
That
for
is
you.
Should we cut that and
That's
put it
a
at the
great
top?
move. So 2 kids. So when are you hitting the teenage years? Is he a particularly fussy eater, or will he eat most adult things as well anyway? Or
He loves to order an adult burger.
Well, you can order it, you just can't eat it.
Oh, well, that's right. I'll nick it off him and then get him 2 cheeseburgers, and you can just put them together. He's not super fussy.
Yeah.
Like he will pretty much eat anything, and so you know, and in the end, Rose will probably have 2 nuggets and a fistful of chips. So he and Louie will fly.
I mean,
over
this
that as
plan
well.
is contingent on your 14, 15-year-old being happy with packet mac and cheese and tin spaghetti. But, you know, if you can get over that hump.
But it's not a bad strategy. But as I say, like I just don't. Oh man, we're starting to see they eat as much as us at home, and it's now transferring over to the restaurant steaks as well. Like it's not enough now just to have the nuggets and chips. It needs the schnitzel and chips at least, or you know, starting to explore into some. They eat well, so I've got no problems with it. But it's just becoming very pricey, which I'd probably say best value for money takeaway. And this is going to sound like an endorsement, but you got to get on it. The KFC cheapest chips meal, $25, 8 pieces of chicken. 8 pieces of chicken and 4 sides and nuggets for $25. Tell ya, fills them up, done and dusted.
Is this just like a current deal, or is this a universal kind of
$25?
offer?
No, this is ongoing. This is an ongoing one, but you got to do it through the app. So they don't advertise it anywhere. So you've got to do it through the app, and it's a $25. Like it's brilliant.
This is what we're here for. See, Ellis, I was about to say, I thought that you might be able to give us some menu items or some maybe some meals that you cook at home, like just some recommendations for big cheap meals for families. But you've come up with something even better.
Well, we
Get someone else to cook it.
Honestly, it'll be once every couple of weeks we'll get a takeaway or something. But it is that thing. Going for fish and chips, you're like $70. You're in the hole for $70 for fish and chips these days.
May I just jump in and say tomorrow's Valentine's Day?
Nothing says I love you like the cuddle.
So, Rich, I think we should just talk more about this KFC app because if we
Again, this is not
Downloading it.
sponsored. That's
what I'm saying.
Possibly not.
What I'm saying is, I can clip this up and send it to them and try and see if we can get some contra.
No, I'll tell you what.
we go, why don't you tell your story about finding a packet of sauce on top of a bin and then see if they like that.
I think they might go back through some of the old episodes where we've slagged them off for not having chicken and not having seasoning.
Not having chicken salt, yeah, Jesus.
Oh, that wasn't them. That was Red Rooster, wasn't it?
Oh, jeez. Well,
Yeah.
it's all it's chicken. It's a chickspiracy.
Yeah. Big chicken.
Big chicken trying to squeeze out the little man.
Oh, is Big Chicken a new store? Was that good?
Well, there's a kickin' chicken at West Goss.
Chicken.
Kickin' chicken.
I love it.
That's brilliant.
I tried to get to come and have kicking chicken with me the other day, and he dogged out.
Did you go?
Of course I went. What do you think this is?
Of course you did.
It's kicking chicken.
Anyway,
I said I was going to go, so
that's all right. Enough of that one story in one particular place that most people don't know. Look, that's a sad story from you, Ben, because obviously life's not meant to be like this. You're not meant to pay $30+ for a bit of fish. You know, the world's gone topsy-turvy. That's a negative story, but I can tell you down the other end of the scale in positive land, there's a cafe, a little takeaway cafe place near my house where you can get a fish fillet for $5. Bit of salad, etc. on a plate, beautiful. It takes up, a good third of the plate.
Yeah.
Chicken burgers, $5. Burger with the lot. Burger with the lot, Richard. $8.50.
Fuck off. I was going to say
The garlic bread's $64.
The time machine? What is going on here?
It is a time machine. It's like, there's the main shopping centre, and then behind it there's the old shopping centre, which used to be bustling in the day, but now the shops are shut in there, except for one or two, including this cafe. And I don't know if they've ventured out to see what prices are like anywhere else. But
yeah, been in there for so long.
It's certainly got the old kind of 70s, 80s carpet in there. So, yeah, maybe either that or they can't find their texters to change the prices on the whiteboard.
I'll buy one next week. I can't afford it.
Why can't
we afford these whiteboard markers?
I don't understand. Yeah.
Straight up, $5 chicken burger. Like,
how much is the pizza? $8. Oh,
How can we afford that? Like, seriously,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. It's jumping though in there, of course, because
Wiggins will drive that way just to get fish and chips. You save him on the petrol.
we go, you'd almost cover your petrol just coming down to get the fish from here.
That's incredible.
But we're pretty
That $5 chicken burger's got my name all over it.
We're pretty close to the pensioner discount on the trains now. So, we'll be able to get everywhere for $2 for the day.
When can we go down on the Premier's Day or whatever it is where all the oldies get to go down for free?
Isn't that every day? I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying. My parents go everywhere for $2. I can go anywhere on the main lines for like $2 a day, and they tell us all about it.
We're closer to senior concession than student concession, fellas.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not even in
that's
question.
upsetting. We finished a good news story with a sad news story.
So we're getting old.
No, it was a quick moment of brightness in an otherwise kind of sad, grey, old man whinge that this episode is. So, in that theme, Maddie, you had a whinge for us as well.
Oh, no, I didn't have a whinge. Oh, I had a family
Groceries.
whinge. Sorry. Groceries whinge. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to sound like it's just like, again, like a sitcom. We just did it. We did a big shop at Aldi with my wife and had a great old time doing that, of course. How exciting. And then we brought it home and the girl said, "Do you need help unpacking?" And I said, "That'd be great." We've unpacked together so they know where to put stuff, which is, good. They do have a tendency to put things upside down for some reason. I don't understand that. But either way. Anyway, I went out to the car and potted around and I came back and I don't know, 50% of the groceries were still out or were in bags. And no shit, they had put away only the stuff they were interested in.
Snacks?
Yeah, snack,
Gonna eat that?
cereal.
Touching that, you know, eh?
Oh,
Milk.
but I know where that goes.
Yeah.
I know where
Yes.
that goes because I know where I've got a
Pepperoni and crackers.
Pepperoni and crackers. That's away. I was just like, so, you didn't help? Yeah, we put all that away. Cool. Thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
I was
What
like,
about the Omo?
genius? Yeah, no, none of that. No toiletries, nothing of that. Just the food. We, like you said, they know where it goes. We'll put that away. I don't know why they didn't put it like try. It's not. I can't. I don't think we're not that stringent where we're like, no, you've put this in the wrong place, or it was just odd.
Well, I get sussy when my kids offer to help put groceries away because, yes, they go for the snacks, but they always manage to put the snacks somewhere just slightly different to where they usually go in the hope that the other kid doesn't find them,
strategic.
potentially.
That's even more strategic.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah, I mean, I do
It's like battleship groceries.
third drawer left.
That's right. Oh, no.
You ate my Tim Tams.
Yeah, points for trying, but also, come on.
I was
Where-
it's like, what? Yep. But,
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They like to pack away half the groceries. Tonight, also just meltdown city because Violet got a new phone and I spent ages obviously just setting it up and then I was like, oh, I've got to change.
So was it you having the meltdown?
No. I said, I've got to change the SIM card. Meanwhile, her sisters, for some reason, started getting the messages for Violet on her iPad because I think they're still connected. And I said to Violet, I don't have the key to open the to get the SIM card out. Can you get something, a pin or a hair clip, whatever you can get? And then she leaves the room and just starts screaming at Noelle, don't you look at the messages and all this stuff like that. So I was like, what are you doing? I'm trying to help you set up your phone. And then she does a massive eye roll. And I was just like, well, all right, that's where we're at. I said, don't
There's your phone. Do it
not
yourself.
give me an eye roll. And she, you know, when they do something wrong and they escalate in their defense. So
Yes.
she immediately just went through the roof. I did not. And she just like runs out of the room. I was like, this evening's going well.
Yeah. Well, we're in a good pattern of behaviour at the moment, myself and Dylan, the youngest, where I'll need him to hurry up. So I'll say, will you please hurry up? And he'll just tell me, I'm just doing this. And I have to keep saying, I know what you're doing.
Yes.
It's the pace of what you're doing that's the problem.
Yep.
Without fail, every time he'll answer me saying, hurry up with what he's doing.
Yeah. Does Lou do the same? We go? We have 3 year 7 students and they just get a guidebook at the start of year 7, which has all of these things in it. I don't know what it is. It's like anytime you ask them to do something, here is my list of reasons why I can't. I'd rather be right, specifically
yes.
right, than nice. I'm going to waste everyone's time by picking on.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
you said
I would
slightly wrong
say,
thing.
just in Louis' defense, he is still very nice and has now, it seems like there's this touch of maturity that's hit him
Show off.
in the last sort of 2 months. And he's done things such as Harvey, just to set the scene, Harvey's sitting on the lounge playing Fortnite. Rose is dancing around the house with some Taylor Swift song in her headphones, and Louis sitting out on the back deck. Now, at this stage, it starts to rain. Now, no one else in the house even noticed, but Louis just got up and went and took all the
Yes,
washing
good
off the
man.
line.
Oh, that's pretty.
Now, it was incredible. Like, now, he didn't, it wasn't like it was perfectly
I was going
folded
to
or
say, he
anything
fucked it
like
up
that, but
completely.
You got it. You ripped
Put it in the wrong place.
You ripped in.
And you got to iron all those, buddy.
Yeah.
But But
You didn't tie the socks together, you fool. Oh, anyway.
Well, that's right. But he bought all the washing in, and it was like, oh my God. And then we're having and then there's still those examples of, come on, buddy, I need you to get up for school. It's now 10:30.
It's this Groundhog Day conversations.
Yeah.
Georgie tonight saying to me, he was like, it's bedtime. Come on, George, time to go to bed. I'm just getting, this has got a time puzzle in it. Yeah, it doesn't matter, mate. It's time to go to bed. But it's got a time puzzle. No, it's time to go to bed. It has a time, like I just didn't understand where, like I was almost convinced that was really important. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. It's got a time puzzle. It's got to be done.
It's when they convince you that it should be as important to you as it is to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Guarantee you I'll have this conversation again tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
It's time for Dylan to go to school. Dylan, hurry up. You got to go. I'm putting my shoes on. Yes, I know you're putting your shoes on.
Yeah.
Laboriously.
Find third or fourth gear with putting your shoes on.
Wow.
You
See,
can't-
this is my tip to you. Number one, I leave before my children leave, so I don't have to deal with any of that. Number two, outsource that to the older sibling, because that's what Violet does. She does all the hurrying and then complains to me. And I say, that sounds hard. But I'm already out the door.
All right. So question, how did that come about?
Oh, it came about day one when Noelle started year 7 and Violet was in year 10, and she said, if you're not out the door by 8:15, I'm leaving you. And it was like 7:30. And it was just like, all right, that's where we're at.
There we go. This job's been taken.
Yeah. Where's Mum? She's in bed, still snoozing away. It's fine.
I don't want to give the older kid more excuses to swear at the younger kid. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. I mean, there's been a solid amount of whinging here, fellas.
Oh, you know what?
Done.
I'm
happy.
just going to tag on to what Wigo said. The same thing happened to here today. Maybe it's the younger child rather than the older, because we had a storm come through, much like yourself, Ellis. And I got home, and Noelle, as soon as I walked in the door, she was like, there was a thing. The storm came and the water came in, your window was open and the rain came in through the window. And I was like, oh. And I go, and she's put towels on the carpet. I was like, that's well done. Good work.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Did she close the window?
She did.
Excellent. All right.
And then I said, you used the good towels, didn't you?
Taking the old ones from the cupboard, not the ones from
not the monogrammed ones.
That's very impressive from her, but it does, put some worrying questions on your bomb awareness. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Well, I mean, I had hey, I had bomb awareness. I didn't have house window awareness.
right.
I knew there was a storm coming.
Yeah.
But, hey, let's not say things we can't say.
No, I know. That's why I said worrying questions rather than direct accusations. But
and it's been answered. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
There was knocking on the front door, a friend or two or three. For too long, the stereo's on. We need a bucket of KFC. Yeah, and I like it like that. 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 It's gotta be KFC, 'cause I like it like that. Gotta be KFC, 'cause I like it like that. When the Colonel starts a cooking, things start looking good. Yeah, yeah. Those herbs and spices taste the nicest, the way good chicken should. And I like it like that. 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 It's gotta be KFC, 'cause I like it like that. Today's KFC, I like it like that.
Wigo, you teased us with the parent shelf. What's that, buddy?
Well, so in our cupboard, we have well, where the parent snacks go. So,
Whoa.
Back to snacks.
yep.
Parent snacks.
Well, all the blocks of chocolate, all the bags of Allen's lollies,
All of them?
all of
But
it.
Allen's Lois, what do they get? Nature's.
Why are they
That's all food stuff.
exclusively parent snacks?
Well, they're on the really high shelf. So at the
But
moment.
you're
putting
children are
them
8
there.
feet tall.
Okay, and as I say, at the moment, it's okay because they haven't started snaveling them. It's always been the parent shelf, so they've never actually had access to it. They've never been given access to it. They've never asked, so we've never said that they can have access to it. We will offer them on occasion, but it's literally the top shelf in the pantry, and it is stacked. Like,
Yeah, so I have logistic questions which relate to how old you are
Yep.
or with your actions. Do you stock up when it's on special?
well, now look, to be perfectly honest here, the answer to the question is yes,
Yeah.
but I don't buy any of those snacks.
Oh.
My wife is a snack hoarder,
Yeah.
and look, I'm here for it, but it sort of goes against the our the house mantra at the moment is let's take care of ourselves, and really we're walking every day and we're eating up to a point, we're eating quite healthily, and yet the
Sharing
parent
one fish
snack
and chips
shelf
for 25.
well exactly or not
Kids'
even
meals each.
the snack shelf continues to be a thing.
Oh.
Now, at the moment, the Allen's lolly jar has got red frogs, pineapples, and strawberries and cream in it. Thoughts?
Thoughts?
I thought that we might
I
have.
thought there was more to that, yes.
I thought that we'd had a kind of internet dropout, and I was.
No, I pressed pause.
Oh, okay.
I got to say, I bought a bag of blackcurrant pastels. Have you seen that?
Oh, the ones with the sugar on them.
Yeah. You know the ones that you get inside
used to get them in a
fruit
roll.
pastel roll?
Yes.
You can buy a whole packet of those now. And George picked them up in the shops and said, "Oh, can we get these?" And it's the first, my automatic response is no. And I looked at it and went, "Yes, of course we can."
Get a second packet.
Are you going to start extolling the virtues of the Black Pascal app now? Or?
Absolutely. And they're on special at Coles only for this week.
Did he enjoy them?
Oh, he loved them.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're like the best. They're the best.
They're the best around.
I don't think I fully understand why you need to have a parent shelf of snacks. Are you concerned that they would just eat them too fast? Is that the problem?
Well, I think the main problem, Stu, is that we're concerned that they would eat them at any pace.
I
At pace.
just assumed that's a fact because I grew up in a house where everything was very well monitored and rationed coming out of the cupboard.
Right.
Like there was no
Demarcated.
kind of, it was kind of, you wouldn't just go and help yourself to anything. And if you did, you were incredibly sneaky and took there was never like a massive chunk of anything of us.
Like a quarter spoon of Milo or whatever it might have been.
You do like the sneaky bit of, you'd only take one biscuit very progressively, but mum would know how many there were. She's a bit special like that.
Now, you said top shelf, is it?
Yes.
So that's fine for you. What about your wife, who's not particularly tall?
Well, she just gets me to get it.
Right.
I'm the top shelf butler.
And how have you not been sprung?
Look, that's a great question, Stu. And on occasion, one of the fun things to do is to see how much you can get away with, like how
many red frogs you can shove in your mouth?
Well, yeah,
With a child
before
next to
someone
you?
walked around the corner. But the best part, and it's always the best part, is when you spring each other. Right, so I'll be standing around the
Sneaky.
corner.
But
and
how do you spring your wife if you're her butler?
Well, she can still get the lolly jar from the top shelf, right? So she can reach what's at the front, but it's a little bit more of an effort to get what's at the back. So all the chocolate and stuff is at the back, and all the bags of stuff are like all the bags that aren't yet.
I can't get my head around how
much stuff is in there.
How much stuff is in there?
Heaps.
But if there's so
Fucking
much,
heaps.
if there's so much, why can't you share with your kids? I don't get this. Is the bit I don't get.
It's because we're assholes.
Kids, your self-control. That's what I'd put it down to.
Yeah.
You give kids access to that kind of the hoard that I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
And
gone,
it's not
yeah.
even, it's just not, it's not.
But
The hoard that I'm imagining is the title I've got so far. Just for your awareness. Listen, I'm tell me if I'm the odd one out here, but I don't eat lollies anymore. I
was going to chime in with the exact same thing.
I
but-
don't have any desire. Like, I feel like, not in any kind of trying to be insulting way, but I feel like I've grown out of wanting lollies.
well, that's because you're not having any lollies.
I don't want a red frog. I don't want strawberry cream.
No.
I've never been a big lolly person until I had the black pastels last week, and it's a slip and slope, my friends. See, I'm a biscuit person. That's my.
Well, that
That's
is-
my.
Let us hang on. Just give us time to process.
He's a biscuit man, a biscuit man. He's a biscuit man, a biscuit man.
Your Achilles heel, yeah.
I can leave like chocolate and lollies if they're there. Yeah, I'll have a little bit. I'll be fine. But a packet of biscuits.
Well,
Oh, fucking hell.
let's get into that.
Kingston's.
Kingston's?
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yes.
So
Kingston's and a big glass of cold milk. Oh my god.
aren't Kingston's too sweet?
Kingston's. No, they're the buttery.
No. Aren't
They're
Kingston's
buttery and
too
sweet.
small?
This is the thing.
Is the question.
That's why you get to eat so many of them.
But you can make your own Kingston's if you get the Honey Snap biscuits
Yeah.
and then put your own chocolate in the middle. You make giant Kingston's.
What kind of chocolate?
Jesus, it's the
you just-
fucking it's the biscuit hack app.
Yeah. It's the best. You just get chocolate and let it down with a bit of cream and butter.
Yeah.
And then it makes like a filling, and then that gets cold. And you put it back in like an icing.
Okay.
I was literally just going to break a piece of chocolate off a bar and shove it in between two biscuits. That's what I had in my
That's
head.
fine. That'll work. Deacon, yeah.
So I'd literally just get a slab of butter and put it between two bits of chocolate. And that's a biscuit.
My
Yeah, right.
guilty biscuit pleasure at the moment is getting 2 milk arrowroots and slapping a bit of Nutella in the middle and eating it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's to sweeten your buttery. That's exactly what it's on.
You tell me to sweeten my buttery.
I know. It sounds like a marriage vow, doesn't it?
And also, the milk arrowroot thing really isn't helping that age issue, Buckland.
Oh, everyone can enjoy it.
He's either very old or very young. Is that what you're suggesting?
It wasn't a shredded wheat. Give me a break.
You're either 6 or 60.
Yeah. You're either 3 or 73.
I had a niece the other
I
day.
don't stick a Werther's in between 2 shredded wheats.
I'm so going to try that, though.
Oh,
That sounds
I'm gonna
amazing.
tell Noelle about that. That sounds like Noelle's treat.
All
So
right.
some of the stores I go into, they have a biscuit tin, like for the team, and they have those Arnott's, like the double pack, where it might be a Scotch finger and a milk arrowroot, or a niece and a what
The
else?
family sorted you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
but they're a 2-pack, right? So
Oh,
they're individually wrapped duos.
they're rappers.
Yes, but they are indeed they are. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that.
Well, I was about to cut in and say that we've kind of reached a point where we're no longer talking about our dad lives, and we are just talking about
ratings.
biscuits that are nice.
So are we rebranding to just
We're just going for more sponsorship.
biscuit?
Nut snap cookies with some homemade chocolate icing.
Right. Well, can I ask one more question about Parent Shelf, and then we'll bail on this.
Well, hang on. Can I just add something to the parent shelf before you ask your question?
Well, yeah.
Well, hang on. Do you mean literally add something up there into the Parent Shelf, or to the
New
conversation?
deliveries come in. The new
No, Lindsay's
deliveries
came
come
in and took something off the parent shelf.
Got your evening delivery, sir.
They have to come after 9 o'clock because of the
And
traffic. The
The Candyman cat.
Oh, there's a new
There'll be a
Gremlins
morning
movie
delivery
coming out.
too.
Did you know that?
Oh, what's going on?
Hang on a second. Don't railroad. Don't
Sorry, you just said
derail.
Sorry.
The reason why our parent shelf is so chockers is that because Lynn's has a lolly jar at work for the kids. So that is a part of the reward system, and she can't keep those at work because if the kids find them, then get out of town. So she keeps them. She keeps a large proportion of them at home, and we get into them sometimes.
And you
All
eat
right.
them all, yeah.
Not all of them, just a large portion of them.
All right. My final question is, and it's really of no consequence other than my interest, is there 100% crossover of what you liked to what she likes on this parent shelf, or are you sometimes reach out there and going, what the fuck's this doing here?
Every other day.
What,
Is it all
There's-
sweet? Or is there any savoury?
It's all sweet.
what's an example of something you'd turn your nose up at?
There is currently a bar of Cadbury orange choc dairy milk.
okay.
That's a hard no from me.
Oh, yeah.
I've currently done a bit of a shuffle around with the chocolate bars and the Black Forest. I've got my eye on that. So I've sort of put that sort of third from the bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah, well,
You'll
that's-
never know it was there.
exactly,
Perfect.
Richard. Thank you.
Perfect.
And currently, because it's so freaking hot, it's chocolate fridge weather. And
Oh, yeah. There's another dilemma.
so, yeah. So we've currently got 2 running in the fridge at the moment. One of those ridiculously orange chocolate bar things, and also just a standard block of dairy milk.
But where's it hiding? Under
So we've got
in the
we
crisper?
have a lock drawer
What?
underneath in the fridge.
What?
That is brilliant.
Yep, it's a
Hang
hidden
on.
drawer.
Hang on,
So
hang
we've
on,
actually got we have a hidden drawer.
Did that come with the fridge, or did you make that?
No, it came with the fridge.
There's a drawer you can lock in the fridge.
Yeah. Oh well, look, it's doesn't have a padlock on it or a like a 4
Code.
digit
There's
like
no code
like a
or-
retina scanner or anything.
Not a safe.
Yeah. It's literally like, so imagine you open the door of the fridge, you look at the top of the door where your eggs and your butter might be up the top there, right? So you'll open up that lid.
Mm-hmm.
So underneath there, where the shelf would be, there is literally a pull-out drawer that you can fit like blocks of chocolate in, or other things that you may want to hide from the children. And when you open the door, you'd never know it was there. So I'll show you next time you guys are all here, or I might even just do a little TikTok of it for you.
Well, that's preferable, so other people can see it as well. It can go on their, well, maybe not on TikTok, but it can go on their socials. Like I'm flabbergasted by this concept that you can have lockable bits in your fridge.
Yeah,
It's
great.
Wow. All right.
Problem is, it makes a bit of noise when you open it. So if you're going in there when everyone's in bed, they know. Lynn's knows exactly where I am when the when the chocolate drawer comes open.
All right. Well, let's talk a bit
The
about
beginning of a country song.
Yeah.
Just knows exactly where I am
When the chocolate
when the
drawer.
chocolate drawer is open.
All right. Well, on that, on that note, I'm a bit on the.
On a tippy toes she will stand
We're not going anywhere.
to clear off my snack drawer. Sorry.
With shitty chocolate orange in her hand. Yeah, I think I'm on the tooth now.
I buried my black forest. It's 3 from the top.
Not for lollies, but maybe for something else. Thanks, gents. We go, kids are in bed. You can get to the parent shelf fairly risk-free.
Indeed.
Rich, you can hop on your KFC app and kind of line up what you're going to sort out for tomorrow.
Don't you worry.
Yes. So, all right, fellas. Thank you once again for being just the best dad you can be, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 All right.
I would have thought there'd be so much biscuit talk. That's great.
Kingston's on my weekend.
Is it almost the territory where we make a jingle?
I don't know. How do we? I don't know. It's only a short step to eating them on while we're recording.
This is an Angry Chimp podcast.
I think that's one of my best. That's one of my best. That is getting me arrested if our messages ever get released.